In this video, I'll test and fine-tune the vid-to-vid workflow from Inner Reflections. You can find the download link in the description. First, let's take a closer look at how this workflow functions. We're using the AnimateDIFF node to load our emotion models along with the checkpoint model. We're also using the control net to guide the animation using our loaded animation, which you can load right here. Additionally, we're using the loading animation frames as latent images in KSampler. For more detailed explanations of these nodes, you can check out the guide by Inner Reflections in the description. But for now, let's test this workflow by adding some tweaks. We can input the video path here to load the reference video. I'll employ a different node that allows us to load the video directly in this step. I'm loading this simple animation here for the test, but you can also load a real video here. Still using my favorite AnimateDIFF model, which is stabilized. I've tried the latest models, including V3, but I'm still impressed with the results of this stabilized model. Okay, here's our first basic vid-to-vid result with minimum tweak. I think the black woman comes from just a random seed that it picked. Alright, now let's take a look at our reference animation. It did a good job of copying the movements and even the background is quite similar. In this video, we're also going to try changing the background style. To execute the tests faster, I'll set a lower frame count here. Now let's make this animation even cooler. Instead of just using text prompts to describe our style, we can also include an IP adapter node. This way, we can use a reference image to help shape the look of our animation. I'm using an AI image of a girl walking by the beach to give a cool look to this animation. Now let's tweak the text prompt to match this background. Alright, let's run it. Here's what we got. Let's see the adjustments. The clothes from IP adapter image and the beach background. There are still some elements from the animation too. Okay, let's tweak the workflow further. First, let's disconnect the latent images from the reference video and connect empty latent image node. This way, the resulting animation will get more freedom about the background style. Choose the same number in the batch size that we are using from the reference image. Pay attention to context overlap in AnimateDIFF, determining the frames shared between consecutive runs. Context overlap impacts animation consistency and smoothness. For instance, with a sequence of 32 latents and a context length of 16, you can run AnimateDIFF twice with no overlap, 0, 15 and 16 to 31, or with some overlap, 0, 15 and 12 to 27. Higher overlap reduces flickering and artifacts, but makes the animation less diverse. Lower overlap increases diversity and motion, but may introduce more noise and glitches. Let's increase this to 8. Doing this will be useless in our case because we are using only 10 frames for now, and the AnimateDIFF animation length is 16. So let's increase our animation length. I will smoothen the loaded animation with interpolation. I will use RiFEFI for this. Hopefully this method will make the final result smoother. Okay, let's run this. Here's our result. Yes, the style and the background is mostly from the IP adapter image. The face does not look perfect. I will try to rectify this in subsequent attempts. But first, let's try another example image in the IP adapter and adding face swap node on the resulting animation. I'm using the face image I created in my last video where I talked about maintaining a consistent character in a ComfyUI. Okay. Here's the result. And here's the face swapped version. The face swap is fine. but it could have been better if I had turned on the face restore inside the reactor node. Let's try one more time. Okay, this time it picked very little details from the IP adapter. Let's see the face swap with restore on. Looks good, let's try another. Let's tweak the text prompt. I'll use the EPICREALISM again. Okay, this is kind of result I was looking for. Looks impressive. You can see the details from IP adapter image. It could be better, but you got the idea how to do it. The face swap looks good. Now let's make it even better by upscaling it. I'm going to use upscale with model node to enhance the quality. Here's the upscaled version. Let's compare these. I'm playing around with different ways to improve this workflow, and I'll be sharing all the cool things I find in future videos. Thanks for watching and sticking around for the fun stuff.